Welcome back. All right, so two videos today, two different Canuck jerseys. Not planned that way at all. This would be a fun throwback, though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice to see them do something with the like? I always hear, "Oh, V jersey" or "Oh, the skate jersey." What about the skate with the V's on the shoulders? Do something with that. Come on, Canucks. Just change it up a little bit. They could have done like an orange version of this jersey. Anyways, oh man, that would be ugly. Anyway, classic jersey, and I threw a Canucks logo, and I don't have a magnet made up for the original stick and rink, so that's the modernized stick and rink, and of course the skate. This is a team that struggled with its identity over the decades, that I'm really glad they've settled on what seems to be a consistent look, and they're going to stay that way. So, and it feels like Canuck fans have really gotten much better about it. What's that? Oh, Seattle, yeah. So the protected list for the Canucks, relatively easy to figure this out until you get to the blue line. Besser, yes. If Besser's still on the Canucks, and there's always going to be trade rumors with Besser, he's protected. Horvat, protected. Absolutely, 100%, no doubt. JT Miller, yes. JT Miller's a yes. Jake Virtanen, I do believe, gets protected. I don't think the Canucks have given up on Virtanen. I think some fans may have. I think there's nights where Travis Green probably wants to. I think there's nights where Jim Benning probably wants to. But Virtanen's combination of skill and size tells you maybe give him another year or two. So I'm going to have him on the protected list. Gaudette, protected. Pettersson, same. And Zach McEwen. I protected Zach McEwen because I think he's going to be the center they go forward with, meaning I've exposed, and I've got Louis Eriksson on the board only because if I don't, people are going to be, where's Louis Eriksson? There's no way Seattle takes him. If Seattle takes Louis Eriksson, they will be the laughingstock before they've even played a game. Pearson and Sutter are both UFAs this year, which might make them more attractive to Seattle. So Brandon Sutter, who I think is decent as a third-line center, they can sit down with him before the expansion draft and say, so you want to sign a 2-year deal with us? I'm $1.5 million per. And he might say, sure. And then he becomes a more attractive option at $1.5 million instead of what the Canucks are paying him this year. Ferland I don't have protected, and I don't think he's going to be available because I don't know that he plays again. Ferland, I'm on the fence as to whether or not I think he's going to play another game. Roussel and Beagle, both of those, bottom six, expensive contracts. I can't see Seattle picking either of them up. And Cole Lind is then eligible for expansion drafting. Cole Lind had a good season for Utica last year. He was drafted relatively highly. I could see him being a guy that Seattle, if they scout him, they might say, you know what, this Lind kid has a chance to be an NHLer. I know there are some in Canuck land that believe that Lind's going to be an NHLer, but again, he's eligible, and I don't think you protect him over McEwen or Virtanen. It's possible there's Canuck fans who want him protected ahead of Virtanen. It's possible. On the blue line, I have Edler protected on the idea that if he gets an extension, they protect him. So the Canucks sit down with Edler and they work out, okay, we'll give you another year at say $2.5 million. He goes, fine, I'll do that. So with an extension, he gets protected. If he's not protected, if he's not extended by then he gets exposed. I don't know that Seattle takes him, but either Myers or Rafferty, I think, would then be the guy that gets protected by Vancouver. Brogan Rafferty might be the one that gets protected because they like his level of compete and the potential that's there. And then Nate Schmidt and Ole Ulevy, I think, will get protected. I know, we all talk about Ulevy and what's happened with Ulevy and what's going to happen, but I think the Canucks still believe in him, and I think he still gets protected. And then you look at this, and Myers' contract is not attractive for Seattle if they're coming in. And Jordy Ben, not likely to be a Seattle pick. And Jalen Chatfield is out there only because the Canucks... I only have him on the board because the Canucks have talked about Chatfield as a guy they could see pushing his way into a job this year. I don't know that I agree with that, but I threw Chatfield on the board. And then, of course, in that they protect Demko, which allows them to expose Braden Holtby. And Holtby may be an attractive enough option to Seattle, and he's on a decent cap hit, too, that Seattle picks him up, and then Vancouver doesn't have to worry about what else they're going to lose. They don't have to worry. No concerns. So that's why Holtby's in Vancouver, and that's why Markstrom isn't. Markstrom wanted a no movement clause, and if he got it, he would have to be protected, and Demko would be here going to Seattle next year. and that was a non-starter for the Canucks because Demko is envisioned to be their starter, maybe this season even, but at the very least the year after. So look for Demko and DiPietro to be the goaltending tandem for 2021-2022. Holtby, he's here. I think Holtby understands this is why the Canucks brought him in. I think he's fine with it. And if he ends up going to Seattle, I think he's fine with that too. So Braden Holtby could be to Seattle what Marc-Andre Fleury was to Vegas, in that he's coming in. He probably knows he's likely to go to the expansion team, but I think he'll give it his all with Vancouver. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, which Canuck you think ends up going to Seattle. And how much of a feud do you think this is going to be between the Pacific Northwest and the West Coast Express from Vancouver? Let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.